Alrighty. Hopefully everybody can hear me fine, and welcome to Full Send SimSport. Tonight we're doing something a little bit different, and we are presenting Southern Cross Sim Racing's Toyota GR86 series. So this week we are at Lime Rock Park. This is round 3 of this series, and we're going to do a bit of a broadcast of this race. So qualifying has just begun. As you can see, we have cars out on the track at the moment. We are following on with, oops, just trying to do that. We're currently riding on now with Luke Dick. Nope, Bryce Baker. Okay, and we are out on the track doing qualifying laps. I believe we got 15, or is it 20 minutes of qualifying. Open qualifying, so I think, or is it solo qualifying? Actually, I think it's solo qualifying. And everybody's out here for 15 minutes doing qualifying, getting ready for the 2 by 20 minute races. The first race grid set by qualifying, and the second race is reverse grid based on finishing positions from the first race, which can make things incredibly chaotic. But we'll see how this one pans out. Look forward to the experience tonight. Being the first time that we've run this, we are going to try and work through some of the technical challenges of setting up a live stream for the first time, which I'm sure is going to make things very interesting for us. For reasons unbeknownst to me, Race Labs is not being very cooperative, so we'll just have to see how we go as things develop over the session. So Full Send SimSport has a couple of cars racing in this series. At the moment, we have Aston Kolf and Adam Kolf are out here, and we also just checking to see who else we've got. Riley Oakes is also here from Full Send SimSport. And then we've got a bunch of guys who race for Southern Cross themselves, and I'm going to assume a bunch of independents and maybe some other teams as well, but not all that information is clear to me at this point in time. But again, we're just trying something out here, and let's see how it goes. So we're currently riding on board, I think, with David Uni. David is the I guess one of the owners, if not the chief owner, of Southern Cross Sim Racing. He's currently on a lap. Oh, and we've just moved over to Mark Heppel. So as it stands at the moment, Leslie Reeves appears to have the has the fastest lap currently is parked up in the pits at the minute. Robert Chandler running the old Ford Shell, Dick Johnson Racing livery on his GR86. So definitely an interesting look on a non-Ford car, but anyway. And Rob's currently sitting in P3. Sam Cullen has just set the fastest lap time as 59.967. He goes to the top of the timing. Just trying to see who's out on the lap at the moment that we can jump on with that hasn't set a time. So Riley Oakes, one of the Full Send SimSport drivers, out there at the moment trying to set a lap. We'll see how he goes. Coming down to the fast right-hander as we go up the hill. Very tricky corner, can lead to crashes in there if you're not careful. And then the lovely chicane at the top of the hill before you come down to the sweeping right-hander back onto the main straight, and we'll see what sort of time Riley is able to set on this lap. And Riley puts the car into P7. Alright, who else is out there currently running a lap? Let's have a look. Trying to just get this to behave for me. It's not doing a very good job. Alright, so Hayden Watson hasn't set a lap as yet. Hayden Watson is not currently on the track by the looks. Maybe not even in the car. And similarly for Jackson Sufong. So at the moment we have let's have a look. Let's see. Alan Maxwell is out there. He's currently bringing up the rear of the grid. So we'll ride on with Alan and see if Alan's able to improve on the lap time that he's set currently. Like that gives us information on the current driver, which is a bit annoying. Alright. I was hoping we'd be able to get something up that might be able to give us the lap time of the current drivers, but Race Labs doesn't like to do that stuff. It likes to do everything from the point of view of the person who is running Race Labs, which can be a little bit frustrating. So it looks like Alan's had a bit of an off there. Alright, let's see who else is currently out on track. Looks like everybody's currently either in the pits or out of their car. Nobody is currently out on the track. Which is interesting. So they've obviously all gone out, set some laps, and now they are just waiting, I guess, before they go back out again. Definitely nobody out there at the minute. Alright, well, it's gone very quiet. Alright, well. Not sure if something funky's going on here, but I'm definitely not getting any action out on track at the moment, which seems a bit odd. We're definitely live, but nobody's out on track. Alright, well I might, while nobody's out on track, maybe I might pull David Uni in for a chat. Hello David. I'm alright, how are you? Good. How's everything going? Ooh. But it's not picking up Discord in... Why is it not picking up Discord? That's very annoying. Alright. What about now? Okay, now it is. Alright. So, not much happening out on track at the moment.
No, I think everyone's done their qualifying laps. I think we're just waiting for the session to end and move on.
Right, I see. Okay, radio, that's right. So it was 5 laps, but the session's set for
20 minutes.
Can
It's
you
20
not-
minutes or 5 laps.
Yeah, okay. Can you not skip it forward?
We can, but that's a Rob thing. I'm not playing admin for this
Fair enough.
race series.
Fair enough. That's okay.
It's all up to Mr. Rob.
Oh, well, we can always pull Mr. Rob in here for a chat and ask him if he wants to move it along so that people have got something to watch. Right. Let's drag him in. Hello Rob, welcome to the stream.
G'day mate, how you going?
I'm good. So, apparently qualifying is done, everybody's finished.
From what I can see,
Yeah, not a lot happening.
no, well, I'm waiting because I'm unsure if everybody's sitting at their rig, and if I advance a session and people aren't sitting at their rigs, they're going to miss the start.
Ah, well that is a fair point.
That's what I'm waiting for.
Ah. Cool, fair enough. So, how long we got to wait? What's left?
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Alright.
I mean, we could probably do like a minute announcement or something, Rob,
Yeah.
if you wanted to.
Oh, well, I know Adam's gotten up and taken the dog out, so he's not at his rig.
Oh, okay.
That's why I'm waiting because, you know, like no way of telling who's where.
Fair enough. That's fine. Yeah, we can wait. So I guess, well, you know, I guess while we're here, tell us a little bit about why this series and what made you decide to bring this one on, Rob.
Because it's a fun car to drive. And, you know, it seems to always get lots of grid numbers. And, yeah, I just thought, why not? Let's have a go. It's coming down to Christmas. Something fun to get us through till Santa Claus comes.
Yeah, fair enough. It's hey, the GR86 is a fun car to drive. How's it? How are you finding it with the updates?
Good, good.
Is it
Yeah,
better?
and like,
Bit nicer to drive?
yeah, I am. Yes, yes, definitely. Handles better. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely handles better. A little bit more pep. Feels a bit better under brakes. Things like that.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, was always a little
Yeah.
bit skittish under brakes. I found you had to sort of be very gentle with it. Otherwise,
Yeah, and it used to tend to hop around like a kangaroo sometimes through the
yeah.
middle of corners, and but, all of that sort of behaviour's gone out of it.
Oh, that's good. So it'll be a much
Yeah.
better driving experience for anyone who's looking for a fun little car to drive. It's available in rookies, isn't it? The GR86, just as a free entry. You don't have to buy it, do you?
No, it's a free car. Yeah.
So for anyone who's watching and hasn't yet, tried out the GR86, definitely give it a crack in
It's
iRacing under rookies.
it's a great fun car to drive, and when this 86 series will be back after Christmas,
Yeah, which will be awesome.
and we still have 2 more races to go. And Thursday night we're at Adelaide, and next Tuesday night we're at Bathurst.
Yes, and I'm spewing about missing both of those. But here I am
Yeah.
commentating instead and doing a bit of a stream because I still want to be involved and still.
You get
Yeah.
to watch us wreck and give
Well,
us all curry for wrecking.
Yeah.
Well, this is true. This is true. I can deliver a bit of smack on the stream for any.
You can watch.
extreme
You can
behaviours.
watch. You can watch David come last.
Well, this is
Oh,
true.
wow.
But that being said, I mean, what do we got? 19 drivers on the grid for tonight's race, which is pretty cool. David's
Yes.
qualified P12, so he's done alright. He's not right at the back. He's got a little bit of work ahead of him to get up to P1, but
I on
It's-
purpose turned around and pulled a second out of my best just so I could have a little bit of a battle getting through the
Yeah, okay.
packs because I like having battles. I
Yeah.
don't
It
like
turned out to
running
be
solo
a
laps.
popular little series. This one.
yeah, definitely. I think it's like I said, good fun car to drive, and it'll be nice to be able to test it out and see what it's like for
Well,
in the
because
future
well,
with the
yeah,
changes. But
and because we're running the fixed setup with the traction control turned off, there's no one's got a setup advantage. It's all down to the loose nuts behind the wheel.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
yeah, it's good fun, and
Yeah.
the car's so competitive. There's no, this car's a little bit better at this track sort of stuff. It's good fun.
Yeah, well, I guess that's the advantage of a single spec series, right? Is everybody's driving the same car, and particularly on something like iRacing where you don't have teams that are necessarily working on the vehicles to make any differences. It's quite good. Everybody's basically it's just down to skill, right? It's the skill difference. That's what
Yes, yeah.
stands out. That's why I do like the single spec series for that reason. It's good, and particularly with the fixed setup, it just gives a nice even playing surface. Everybody knows what they're dealing with, and then it's just down to driver skill.
That's correct. Yeah, and next year the series will be coming back bigger and better.
Awesome. Looking forward to it.
Mm. Mm. Stay tuned.
Absolutely.
All will be revealed soon.
Yeah, definitely. So we've got a couple of minutes before we jump into the race, or 1 minute. 1 minute before.
We've got 40 seconds.
40 seconds before we jump into the race. Well, I'll
Yep.
let you guys get back to it. Get ready for your racing, and I look forward to seeing the action.
No worries, mate. Hope we can put on a good race for you.
Absolutely.
Alrighty, Greg, have fun.
Thanks.
Good
You
luck.
too. Yeah, good luck, guys.
Rob, I look forward to showing you my tail lights for the entire race.
Okay.
All right, so we got about 10 seconds left before we get into the race itself, and we get to watch the race start. So our top 10 drivers starting, we've got Sam Cullen in P1, Leslie Reeves in P2, Riley Oakes, P3. Robert Chandler, P4. Now it's just dropped out while it's reorganizing itself for the next session. So we're just going to have to wait now for that to resolve itself as everybody comes to the grid. I'm hoping that Race Labs will sort itself out. Everybody is getting ready to grid, and hopefully we will get the race started shortly. And away we go. We are racing. Green flag is flying as we come down to turn 1. There's a few cars battling at the back of the mid-pack as we come around turn 1. Tricky corner turn 1. As you come through it, can very easily spin the car if you're not careful, or run out into the grass on the outside of the corner. So Sam Cullen started in P1, held on to P1. Leslie Reeves in P2. Following behind, Riley Oakes and Jackson Zammit are battling for position, along with Robert Chandler in P5. There's a few changes in the back. Jump into right on with Aston Kulf in the mid-pack here, at the back of the mid-pack. So Aston's got Mark Heppel in front of him, with Adam P. Hughes just ahead. Colby Ashmore, recently married Colby Ashmore. And shout out to his lovely wife Tegan if she is watching the stream, as we watch Colby on the back of Riley, trying to get up his inside as we go into the chicane. Looks like Riley's coughed up a couple of positions there and is now coming under pressure from both his teammate Aston Kulf and Mark Heppel. Watch this as we're racing into turn 1 with Riley holding the inside line, and Mark's managed to throw it up the inside and has taken that position on the exit of turn 1. So not a great start for Riley. Great qualifying, but he's struggling a little bit here at the start of the race. Let's see if we've got any other battles going on nearby that we can talk about. Let's check out what's happening with our friend David Uni. He is currently sitting on the back of Aston as well. He's sitting on the back of Riley. And oh dear. Oh dear. We've just had incident there for Riley. Oh, he's just had a spin by the looks of things. Just trying to see if we can go back to see it. What happened? No, that's definitely not that incident. Alright. Not sure where that incident went, but unfortunate for Riley there, having a bit of a spin. Alright, how far? So Sam is actually now under pressure from Leslie. So that battle is actually is coming good. As we come down through the final corner, I think, down into the main straight. Sam trying to break the toe from Leslie as Leslie's gaining and gaining and gaining as we get down to T1. Not close enough to make a move at this point. But hanging with him. He's trying to get the line going into, I think it's turn 2. Didn't quite get there. He's still hanging on the back of him as we come down the short straight through the winding little section here before we head on the fast right-hander up the hill. He's still hanging very close. If he can keep this close going in through the chicane and out into the final corner, Leslie's going to be in a good position to be able to get the overtake done going down the main straight. He's hanging onto the slipstream. How desperately Sam tries to fight this one, we'll see as we go into the corner. Oh, just hangs on. Leslie's still trying to hang on to the back of Sam. Sam's going defensive a bit as we go through the turns 3 and 4. Come down again to the fast right-hander up the hill. Leslie's still hanging on to the back of Sam as we come through the chicane. Out onto the final corner. Oh, Leslie's had a little bit of a wobble there as he's come out of the exit of the chicane, which has dropped him off the back of Sam a little bit as we come down the main straight. So Leslie's going to have to try and pull that gap back as we have a car coming out of the pits. Not sure who we've got there. Alright, looks like we've had a bit of a position change further up the order. We've got a few cars battling for position. Oh, and someone's gone off and massive crash into the wall there. Who was that had that big shunt? Is that Adam Hughes? Adam Hughes had a massive crash there. Let's see if we can find that crash on the replay. Go. He's just spun it out and crashed into the wall. Thankfully, nobody else got collected in that as he was going by. All right, let's get back and check out what's happening up the front. So that gap is still a little bit wide there for Leslie. He's going to have to keep working back on that one. Let's check out what's happening. P3, Jackson seems to have built himself a little bit of a gap to Colby Ashmore, who is coming under pressure. Sorry, that was Colby and Jackson actually battling out for P3. So Jackson just holding the position at this point in time with Colby right on his tail. We come through to and 4 down into the fast right-hander up the hill. We'll see whether or not Colby's actually able to get a little bit closer again to Jackson to see if he can put him under pressure down the main straight into turn 1. As we come out of the chicane into the final corner. Colby's nice and close. He's got the slipstream. Jackson's trying to break the toe. Colby's right on him at this point. Is he going to try and go up the inside? He's had to think about it, but Jackson was defending the position quite tightly there, which didn't leave Colby any room on the inside. He is still trying to hang in there with him, giving him a bit of a flash just to let him know he's there, right on his tail. As we come out of turn 4 down the straight, as we come towards the hill, we come up the hill. Jackson was defensive again, holding that inside line, as Colby is still hanging on to the back of him, trying to keep the pressure on as much as he can to force Jackson into a mistake, which he may have done so. He's a lot closer this time, going down the main straight. Jackson will probably try and hold the inside line again. Looks like Colby's going to try and hang it around the outside, which is a challenging move to pull off going into turn 1 here. But if he can force an error out of Jackson, he might be able to snag it. But unfortunately on this occasion, unable to do so. So he's just going to hang with him and keep applying the pressure and see whether or not he can get the mistake out of him. So we're coming back down towards the uphill right-hander. Again, Colby very, very quick through that section. Is now going to try and chuck it up the inside. No, has another think about it. As we come out of the final corner. Not quite as close as he was last time around, but he's still there, still applying the pressure, forcing Jackson to take a narrow line into the corner, which is making him not as quick as he could be. Oh, and then unfortunately Colby kind of dives a little bit too deep into the corner there and loses the advantage he had with the closeness. He's now alongside him as we're heading down towards the chicane. He's got the outside line. They're going to battle side by side, but Colby's going to have the advantage here on the inside, on the exit. But now he's on the outside for the final turn. If he can hang it there and remain alongside as we go down the straight, he's in a good position to actually take that spot. It's going to be a question as to whether Jackson, how hard he fights for it. He's gone narrow again to try and keep Colby out. He's managed to do it again. And Colby's trying to force the error, but he's not really getting the error to happen out of Jackson at the moment. So it's very, very tight, very, very close battle here. I get the feeling that Colby might be slightly quicker, but Jackson's defending very, very well and keeping Colby behind him, despite the fact that Colby might be slightly quicker. So here we come again through the final corner one more time. As Colby's right in his slipstream yet again. Jackson kind of looks to narrow the space again, but this time, oh, that might be a little bit of moving under braking there from Jackson, a little bit naughty. It was a bit of a late move to try and keep Colby behind him. Colby's hanging in there, trying to keep applying the pressure. As we come back up the hill again, trying to stay with him, keep applying the pressure. He's very, very close, maybe a little bit too close that time. He had to sort of pull up a little bit harder to avoid a collision there. Again, still in the slipstream, still hanging on to it as we come down the main straight. Once again, Colby can get to the inside this time. Maybe get on the brakes a little bit later. This time I reckon he might have it. Yep, he's definitely got it done this time. It's taken a little while, but he's managed to finally get past. And now I guess we'll see whether or not Colby's got more pace. Oh, geez, he's made an error there. He's gone a bit deep into that corner again, like he did previously. It kind of gave Jackson a sniff at having the track again, and Jackson's run wide out onto the grass. He's managed to hang on to it. Now we'll get to see whether or not Colby's able to defend as hard to Jackson as Jackson was defending to Colby. It's quite a battle here. Oh, he's nearly run him out of road. As we come into the final corner, Colby's still got the inside line. If he can hang on to that inside line and hang on to the position as we go into the final corner, a bit of door rubbing there as we go into the braking zone. And they're getting nice and close to each other. And Colby's made that sort of wide move into turn 3 again, turn 2, turn 3. But this time he's managed to sort of keep Jackson out of it and not being able to get his nose back in. So we'll see how this one pans out as we come back into the chicane again, as to whether or not Colby's able to sort of keep that gap and maybe even extend it on the exit. We'll have a look. Still pretty close between these two. So we'll just see how this one pans out going into turn 1 this time round, and then we might jump off to see if we've got anybody else. Oh, Jackson's got a little bit of pace there to go into the corner. He's gone heavy on the brakes late, and Colby's managed to hold the position still. Jackson's run out wide again onto the grass. Quite a fierce battle between these two. Sort of no love lost on the track by the looks of things, as Colby goes defensive into the chicane. Jackson's still very tight on his tail. It's a thoroughly enthralling battle, this. I hope everybody who's watching is enjoying the battle. So we'll see whether or not Jackson's able to get close enough to have a go into the turn 1. He's not really close enough, but he's hanging in there, still trying to stick with him. They're definitely taking very different lines through turn 3. So very different driving styles, very different techniques. Jackson's trying to get around the outside going into turn 4, into the uphill. He's kind of actually managed to sort of force the issue there with Colby, and as a result Colby's had to give up the position. So it's back to Jackson. Jackson's got the advantage again now. So we'll see how this pans out for another couple of corners. We might go and have a look and see what's happening at the front of the race. Alright, so it looks like Sam's kind of checked out. Leslie's a fair way behind, and the two guys battling behind, as we've been riding on board with. Not really in touch with these guys at the moment. So, jumping backwards to P5 and P6, so we've got Jamie Fleming and somebody spinning back there. Not sure who that was, it just had a spin. Let's have a look. Might have been Luke Dick, was it? Nope, that was too far back. Was that Jackson? Jackson. Oh my lord. So Jackson had a spin. Did he? Oh my lordy. That hasn't gone well. So I'm not sure what happened there. We'll see if I can try and find what happened. On lap 20, I'm trying to... work out what happened to young Jackson. Oh, he's right. Oh dear. Oh wow, that was almost a disaster. He's kind of run out into the grass again and unable to this time hold on to the car. So that's what's happened on that occasion. All right, so that leaves oh dear. Oh, we must be at the race end. Oh, there we are. That was the end of the race. So I was wondering what the hell was going on with Colby Ashmore there, but there you go. It's a bit of a crash fest for the guys as they finish the race. Whew, that was had some pretty good fighting there between Colby and Jackson. Might see if I can drag those guys in for a little bit of a chat if they are in the... Alright, let's pull in Jackson and have a chat to Jackson. Jackson Zammit.
Greg.
How are you? How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Yourself?
I'm alright. So what happened there at the end?
Well, I was getting a bit nervous from Colby putting pressure on me all race. And I took a flat out corner, flat out, and with the tyre wear, it was not flat out anymore, and I went off track. And I tried to keep it away from Colby, but I just couldn't get it gathered up. At least he didn't spin, so...
No, I was watching on board for most of that race with you guys. It was a very tight, fierce battle. You when you were ahead initially, you were defending well into the corners, taking the defensive line and kind of forcing Colby to go places maybe he didn't really want to go to try and get the position. And then obviously eventually he managed to get ahead. I thought at the time that maybe Colby was a little bit quicker, but once he got ahead of you, you didn't manage to get away, and then you managed to get yourself ahead again, only to have a little bit of misfortune.
Yeah, well, once he overtook me, I thought that was it for me. But I set myself up well to go up the hill. I dropped it back in third and gunned it straight from the bottom, and I just pushed myself up the inside. I didn't give him any chance. I didn't give him any chance to defend. I just pushed myself right up there, and I got it off. I thought I had it, and then I did that. So, no good.
No, unfortunate. And but I guess the one upside, reverse grid for the second race. So,
I'm a bit further ahead.
A bit further ahead of Colby for the start of this one. So, I guess you can probably settle in and try and get a decent result for the second race.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping.
Oh, well, good luck.
I'm hoping now that... Yeah, thank you.
All right. Colby.
Wants to send you out to the right.
Hello,
Oh.
Colby. I've pulled you into the comms box. You're probably in the middle of a conversation, but I pulled you
That's
in
okay.
for a quick chat.
Not a problem.
I was watching on board for most of the battle between you and Jackson. It was quite intense. How'd
That
you
was
find that
wasn't
experience?
intense. I think it was quite thrilling. It was really hard to figure out where to get past him. So what I was trying to do was, especially into turn one, you probably saw, I'd go up the inside and he was defending.
Yes.
And what I actually did is, instead of going back out to the outside for the optimal line, which is what he would predict, is I'd stay on the inside.
Yep.
To basically wig him out a little bit.
Yep.
And I think that kind of ended up working, and that sent him a little bit further forward into turn one than he expected. So
Yeah, and you managed to get it
and
up the inside.
after that, I went fully inside the following corners, and then I think from there that's when he went wide, and then unfortunately he went off the track, and he ate the barrier.
Yes, he did.
But luckily he didn't take me out.
You were lucky because he did come back across and nearly collect you.
I thought I was a goner.
Yeah, it was very, very close. So you got very lucky, I think, to sort of get away with that in the end. But no, it was a thrilling battle to watch, and it was interesting. There was a couple of times there. I'm trying to remember that turn one and two kind of, isn't it? It's sort of a double apex corner.
Yeah, it's kind of one corner if you get it right.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're trying to, if they go wide, you go up there inside. But
and then in turn three, there was a couple of times there where you kind of went a little bit deep. Well, it seemed to go. You went a little bit deep.
Yeah, I did.
Which allowed sort of Jackson to kind of catch back up after you'd sort of had. I guess you had a better turn one and two. You'd gap a little bit, and then you kind of went a little bit deep into turn three. So what happened there?
I went way too deep. I was trying to, and I think you might have seen in previous laps, I was trying to go for an alternate line where I went a bit wider earlier.
Yep.
And turn in, and because he's a bit slower on the mid apex. But that time, that was just a mistake. I went way too deep. I was just experimenting to see if I could get a better lineup for, coming up to that hill.
Yep. Yeah.
But yeah, unfortunately, I allowed him back on the inside. But I think I got it in the end anyway. So I'm hoping this next race, I might be fighting Leslie and Sam. They are quite fast, but
they are.
Hopefully I can battle forwards instead of battle backwards.
Yeah, we'll see how you go. Good luck, mate.
Yeah.
Enjoy the next
Thanks, Drew.
race.
Thank you.
See ya.
See you later.
All right. So we're gridding up now for the second race. Reverse grid. So we're going to see Hayden Watson starting in P1, Jackson Sufong in P2, Harrison Cross in P3, Alan Maxwell in P4, P5 is Luke Dick, and P6 Adam Kolf. So we've got one of the full send chaps in the top 6 for this race. Hayden's not joined the grids yet. Just trying to see if we can get this vision up here. Hayden Watson, there we go. No. Ooh, what on earth is going on with this weird thing here? Okay. There we go. Sorry, we missed the race start because Race Labs was doing some weird things. Alright, so we are not getting what I want out of this. It's very weird. So Alan Maxwell has launched into the lead. We've got Xavier Zamet in behind him, followed by Harrison Cross, followed by Adam Kolf up to P4. On his tail is David Uni. So we've sort of got a 3 to 4-way battle going in. Oh, and we've had a collision there between, I think it was, oh dear, there's a whole heap of mess going on back there. Let's just go back and have a look and see what happened, if we can. Nope. doesn't want to play for me today, unfortunately. We are not getting what we want out of this thing, so unfortunate. I'm not sure what happened there, but David Uni has somehow managed to take the lead of this race. So whether he's been able to keep himself out of trouble through all of whatever happened there. Unfortunately, it looks like we've had a few drivers drop further back, but David's kind of pulling a bit of a gap now on Alan. Bryce Baker's a bit further back. Robert Chandler's a bit further back again. And then we've got Brendan Ortner a little bit further back once more. As we come to Aston Kolf, the leading full send SimSport car on track at the moment. Then we've got Sam Cullen coming behind him. Xavier Zammit in behind him. Sam's sort of doing a bit of tyre weeding stuff. As we've got a car coming out of the pits. Looks like Jackson Zammit's got himself a meatball flag by the looks of things. So I'm not sure what's happened to Jackson there. Might have to see if oops. No, it's not Jackson Zammit that we are with there. I thought I clicked on Jackson, but apparently I did not. Ah, okay. I see what's going on. We were on the parade lap, not on the race start. That's why everything was being a bit weird for me. Definitely going to have to come up with a better solution for this for the next race. So we must have two to green flag. Oh no, we've got an actual legitimate safety car. Okay. So we had started the race. I need to have a look at what's going on with these overlays because I'm not getting much information up on the screen. Hopefully that'll improve what we can see a little bit more. Similarly, let me change my view and see if I can improve what I'm seeing. Thing. So, but anyway, that's fine. So we are under safety car. I don't know how long we've got to go under safety car, but I'm not getting any information out of iRacing. Oh, and somebody has just spun off trying to warm their tyres up. I'm not sure who that was. Was that Alan Maxwell? It was Alan Maxwell. This is definitely not working at all well. I'm gonna have to try and get these settings sorted out so we can get it working properly. Just stop layouts, start layouts again, and see whether or not so race lights is being difficult. Not sure. It looks like safety car is pulling off now, so but for whatever reason I am unable to. Alright, so as we get going, as we head into turn 1, we've got David Uni's hanging on to P1. Got some stuff going on back here in the middle of the pack. Some side-by-side racing between, it looks like Leslie Reeves and Colby Ashmore. So we've had a full send car go off the track back there. Was that? So we've had Adam Kolf. Looks like he's had a bit of an incident there. Riley Oakes also struggling. He's okay. Adam Kolf is back in the pits. Looks like, yeah, he's obviously had some contact somewhere. Trying to see whether or not he what's happened there. I can't tell. So we'll just get back to the racing action for now, as Rob Chandler looks like has a bit of an off-track experience. David Uni still hanging on to the lead with Brendan Ortner behind him. We've got a car running narrow there. Sam Cullens forcing his way past Bryce Baker. Adam Hughes has also passed Bryce Baker. We've got Leslie Reeves on the tail as well, trying to force the issue. We've got Rob Chandler in behind there, also battling out with Leslie as we go into the chicane with Bryce Baker there as well. Like poor Bryce is getting mugged left, right and centre at the minute. We'll see how he hangs on as we go up the inside. Rob Chandler takes a position, giving a bit of a flash to Leslie just to let him know he's there and he's coming for him. As we've got a car coming out of the pits. Looks like the same car that was in the pits earlier. As Bryce goes a little bit wide. We've got Colby's on his tail, trying to get the position and force his way back up the grid. His old mate Jackson is a couple of cars further back. Will let me actually ride on board with him, but it doesn't seem to want to let me. Oops, as we've had a spin there. Looks like this is definitely not working very well. I'm trying to work out who that was that had the spin there. That was Xavier Zamet having a spin there. And is now in the pits, sitting in there behind Adam Kolf by the looks of things. This is a very weird thing. But I cannot actually ride on board with Jackson. that seems to want to let me do it, but when I'm using race labs, it doesn't want to let me do that. Alright. So this seems to be a very close battle here at the moment. David Uni's sort of dropped his position. He's now coming under threat from David Cook. And ahead of him, he's gone a bit deep into the corner as David, allowing the other David to slide up the inside. With Jackson in behind them. Well, that's going to get awfully close there. So David Uni's managed to get back ahead of David Cook, and as a result of that, Jackson Zammit has managed to dive ahead of David. Oh, that was very close there. As Jackson is trying to force his way up the inside of David Uni, David's kind of let him go to a degree. Or there's a little bit of contact there on the entry to the corner. Bit of door banging we're seeing here in the midfield. 3 wide as we come through the final corner, as David's kind of now managed to get a little bit of a gap to the cars behind him. So going back a little bit to not that far. So we must have some lap cars back here, I'm going to assume. That's Adam back out on track. Aston is there. So I'm going to assume these guys here, so that's and so they are definitely fighting for position. Slabs is not helping me here at all. They are fighting for position on track. So that's Mark Heppel there that we're riding on board with at the moment, and he's got Jamie Fleming on his tail. Harrison Cross just in behind that, but these guys are... Oh, well, there we go. We just missed somebody having an issue into a corner there. What was the issue? Can we see it? Can we see it? No, we can't, because it's a pain in the butt. Alright, so up the front we've got Adam Hughes leading the race at the moment, with Leslie Reeves breathing down his neck, and Sam Cullen not far behind, also applying the pressure very shortly to poor Adam, who's trying his hardest to hang on to P1 here, but is probably going to get past as we come into turn 1. Leslie's gotten a much better exit out of the final corner, now alongside Adam as they come into the braking zone, which is going to make it very hard for Adam to hang on to that position. And Leslie gets the overtake done relatively easy. There was a little bit of touching there on the apex of the corner, but Leslie has held on to the position, and Sam is now almost within touching distance of Adam. As we come down to the turn up the hill. Looks like Sam is going to try and get the move done. Oh, there's side by side, wheel to wheel, door to door, and Adam manages to hang on to the position for now. But Sam is a man on a mission here. He wants to get past Adam as quickly as he possibly can, to then be able to put the pressure back on Leslie and resume their battle, which was essentially the P1, P2 battle from race 1. Will become the P1, P2 battle in this race if Sam manages to get past Adam. It's definitely seeing some different lines being taken through the corners, by different drivers doing different things. And also in the background there you can see Colby Ashmore and Rob Chandler having a bit of a battle. We'll just stay here with Sam for a minute to see whether or not he can force the issue with Adam this time around down the main straight. Leslie's not exactly sprinting away, but he is definitely pulling a gap. So as we watch here as Sam tries once again to get to a point where he can make the move, as we have one of the full send cars returning from the pits back onto the racetrack. Sam's trying to get up the inside of Adam there into turn 3. Nothing doing at this point in time. He's trying to put the pressure on, as the full send car gets out of the way and allows the boys to continue their battle. Sam's looking. We've got the car on the inside there. Lap car by the looks of things, letting others pass. And Sam's a little bit closer this time coming onto the main straight, but they both seem to have caught back up a little bit to Leslie. So we'll see whether or not Sam can get the overtake done this time going into turn 1. And Adam has gone a little bit too deep on the brakes there, trying to defend the position, and that's allowed Sam to sneak up the inside and take the position. So it'll be interesting to see whether now Sam and Leslie can gap Adam, or if Adam's going to hang on the back and continue to apply pressure to these two to try and get those positions back. As Leslie gives a little bit of a wave to the full send car ahead of him. Trying to work out who the full send car is ahead of them on the track. I mean, he's holding reasonable pace there at the minute, so he's not necessarily getting in the way. Adam Kolf on track ahead of them at the moment. So we'll probably need to pull over and give way to these guys very, very shortly. As we come down the main straight, he's going to give way here as we go into the final corner. And we're pretty much on the limit here for the race finish. As we come around, we've got the white flag flying, as Sam is right on Leslie's tail here now. Poor Adam's kind of been left behind there. Adam Hughes, that is, been left behind, as these guys are going to fight it out right to the end. Sam took the honours easily in the first race, but he's having to work hard against Leslie in this race. As he tries to fake him on the inside, see if he can put him out going on the inside as we come down the final corner. It looks like Leslie's going to hang on to this and take the win in the second race. As we come across the line, and that is race done, with Leslie Reeves taking out the victory, Sam Cullen in P2 and Adam Hughes in P3. Well, don't see Sam anywhere in the chat channels, so I might bring Leslie Reeves in for a bit of a chat. Hello, Leslie Reeves.
Oh, hello, Greg. How are you?
I am well. How are you?
A bit sweaty. That was certainly interesting, that race.
Yeah, it was a bit going on. I wasn't sure what was happening at the start. We had a safety car. I don't know what caused the safety car. I was trying to work out what was going on.
A fairly big crash in the second last corner in that chicane caused us to go through the pits. So, yeah. Certainly interesting because it sent me right back to 14th after getting right up to like 5th.
Yes.
So,
yeah. So
some heavy damage there as well.
Yeah. Something happened. I couldn't see what had happened. I was trying to get a replay of it back on my screen, but I couldn't get it up. But, we're learning things here. We're learning things. So we'll see how it goes for the next race. Hopefully we'll get some better experience there. But good battling there in that race with Sam to try and hold him off. And once you sort of got past Adam.
Yeah. He had me sweating there for a while. He was right on my tail right at the end, so I was getting pretty worried that he was going to make a move, and then he just sort of ran out of time at the end.
Yeah.
I guess. I feel like another couple laps he would have got me for sure.
Look, there was definitely a possibility. I think in going into the last couple of corners, I think he was trying to unnerve you. With some of his movements, particularly I think on the entry to the chicane, but I think in the end he might have actually outdone himself a little bit there, which allowed you to kind of hang on without too much pressure going into the final corner. So I guess well defended on that case, but yeah. Go on. Sorry, you were going to say?
Yeah, Adam certainly made it a little bit easier for me than he did to Sam by the looks of it. Just doing some victory skids here down in turn 1.
I've got it up on the screen. It's on the stream as we talk. So well done. Adam was a tough one to get past as well. He was fighting. He was fighting hard. Taking some good defensive lines. But I think
I ultimately got the faster run out of the last corner there and just sort of passed him down the straight, and then he couldn't really defend down into turn 1.
No, and then I think for Sam's overtake, he went a little bit too deep into the corner and then got too heavy on the brakes, and that allowed Sam to sort of sneak it up the inside.
Yeah, I was a bit lucky right at the end of that lap. I managed to back Adam up into Sam a little bit and hold him up, which managed to give me a little bit of breathing room for at least 2 laps there. So
absolutely, I wasn't sure whether or not you were going to run away. It looked like you might be able to pull the gap, and you did pull a gap for a short period. It was it wasn't a huge gap, but there was a gap there, and then that sort of seemed to disappear. Did you make an error? Once
Sam got in that clear area, he was just lapping faster than me, and I really couldn't do much about it other than hope he didn't catch up to me too quickly. So I just had to make sure I made the right decisions at the end of the race there, and
absolutely.
I feel like I'd done that. So I ended up quite a good result, I'd say.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, P1 in the second race and P2 in the first race. And considering reverse grid for the second race, so you've had to work your way all the way forward. So definitely a good result and a good outcome for you. So well done.
Yeah, I made a slight mistake in the first race, and that sort of put me back on Sam, and then I was out of the draft and just couldn't stay with him. He was just lapping quicker. So he's very fast himself as well.
Yes, well he is. Yes, definitely. Yeah. Well done. Congratulations, and good luck going into Adelaide on Thursday.
Thank you very much, Greg.
No worries. Have a good night.
You too.
All right, I reckon we'll leave it there. Thanks everyone who tuned in. Hopefully things will go a little bit smoother next time round, and we'll have a bit more quality on the stream as we try and look for replays and the like. So, but thank you. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.